Tonight you're about to uncover a timeless treasure hidden within the pages of an ancient book called The Journey of Serenity, a legendary Buddhist text passed down through centuries. This book isn't just a collection of stories, it's a key to unlocking peace within your heart. Over the next 3 hours, I'll guide you through its chapters, filled with tales of Zen masters, the Buddha's teachings, and moments of profound awakening that will soothe your mind, release your worries, and lead you into the deepest, most restful sleep. You don't need to be an experienced meditator. You don't need to know all the intricacies of Buddhism. Simply lie down, close your eyes, and take a deep breath with me now. Inhale, exhale, let these stories carry you. The Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." Open the pages of The Journey of Serenity with me, and let's begin with the first chapter. Welcome to the first chapter of The Journey of Serenity, a chapter that invites you to drift gently along a quiet river, where a simple boat ride reveals a profound truth about the nature of our emotions. As you listen, let your body settle into comfort. Adjust your pillow, feel the softness beneath you, and allow your breath to guide you into a space of calm. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. You're here in this moment, ready to begin. Imagine a small village nestled beside a wide, tranquil river. The water flows gently, reflecting the golden hues of the setting sun. In this village lives a man named Arjun, a man who finds solace in his evening ritual of rowing his small wooden boat across the river's glassy surface. Every day, as the world grows quiet and the sky turns amber, Arjun steps into his boat, dips his oars into the water, and glides through the stillness. The rhythm of the oars, the soft lapping of the water against the boat's sides, and the distant calls of birds create a symphony of peace. For Arjun, this is his sanctuary, a place where his worries dissolve and his mind feels free. On one particular evening, Arjun sets out as usual. The air is warm, the breeze gentle, and the river sparkles under the fading light. He rows slowly, savoring the silence, feeling his shoulders relax with each stroke. His thoughts drift like the current, free from the burdens of the day. He closes his eyes for a moment, breathing in the scent of the water, letting the world fade away. This is his time, his moment of peace. But then something disrupts the stillness. Arjun opens his eyes and notices another boat in the distance, moving directly toward him. At first he thinks little of it. The river is wide, and there's plenty of room for both boats to pass. But as the other boat draws closer, its path remains unchanged, heading straight for him. Arjun's brow furrows. He calls out, his voice calm but firm, "Be careful, please steer aside." The other boat doesn't respond. It continues its course, unwavering, as if oblivious to his presence. Arjun's heart begins to beat faster. He calls again, louder this time. "Hey, move your boat, you're going to hit me." Still, there's no reply, no shift in direction. The boat is now close enough that Arjun can see its outline clearly against the shimmering water. His calm begins to fray. Frustration bubbles up inside him. Who is this careless person ruining his peaceful evening? Why are they ignoring him? His hands grip the oars tightly, his jaw clenches, and his voice rises to a shout. "Move aside! You're going to crash into me! What's wrong with you?" The two boats are now mere feet apart, and Arjun braces himself for the impact. His mind races with anger. He's ready to confront the other boater, to demand an explanation for their recklessness. The boats collide with a dull thud, the sound echoing across the quiet river. Arjun leans forward, his words ready to spill out in a torrent of frustration. But then he freezes. He looks at the other boat and his breath catches in his throat. The boat is empty, there's no one inside. No careless boater, no reckless stranger. Just an empty vessel, drifting aimlessly with the current. For a moment, Arjun sits there stunned. His anger, so fierce just seconds ago, begins to dissolve. He feels a wave of foolishness wash over him. All this time he was shouting at nothing, letting his peace be stolen by a boat with no one to blame. He laughs softly to himself, the sound mingling with the gentle lapping of the water. What had changed? The collision still happened. The boat still drifted into his path. But now, with the realization that there was no intent behind it, no malice or disrespect, his anger seems pointless, almost absurd. Let's pause here for a moment. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale. Feel the air fill your chest. And exhale. Let any tension in your body soften. Notice how Arjun's story mirrors moments in your own life. How often do we react to situations with frustration or anger, assuming someone has wronged us? How often do we let our peace slip away because we've filled an empty boat with our own stories of blame? The Buddha once said, "You will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger." This is the heart of the empty boat's lesson. In Zen Buddhism, our reactions often stem from what we call the ego, the part of us that feels separate, that needs to defend itself, that craves validation. When someone cuts us off in traffic, our ego whispers, "They disrespected me." When a colleague overlooks our work, our ego insists, "They don't value me." When a friend forgets to call, our ego assumes, "They don't care." But what if these are all empty boats? What if the driver was rushing to an emergency? What if the colleague was distracted by their own struggles? What if the friend is battling their own silent storms? Our ego fills these moments with stories, turning neutral events into personal attacks. Let's reflect on this. Think of a moment today when you felt irritated or slighted. Maybe it was a small thing, a comment that stung, a delay that frustrated you, or a silence that felt like rejection. Can you see the empty boat in that moment? Can you notice how your mind created a story about someone's intentions? Take another deep breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, imagine letting that story go. Let it drift away, like a boat carried by the river's current. In Zen practice, we cultivate mindfulness to catch these patterns. Mindfulness is like a gentle bell, ringing to remind us to pause and observe. When anger arises, we can feel it, the tightness in our chest, the heat in our face, the racing thoughts, and instead of being swept away, we can watch it with curiosity. Where is this coming from? Is there really someone to blame, or is this an empty boat? The 13th century Zen master Dogen taught, to study the Buddha way is to study the self, and to study the self is to forget the self. When we let go of the ego's need to defend itself, we see the world more clearly. We see empty boats for what they are, events without personal meaning, without intent to harm. Let's try this now. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. Feel your body resting against the bed, the weight of your limbs sinking into the mattress. Notice your breath. Inhale, exhale. Imagine you're sitting in Arjun's boat, floating on that quiet river. The water is calm, the sky above you soft with twilight. As thoughts arise, worries, frustrations, memories, picture them as boats drifting toward you. Don't shout at them. Don't try to push them away. Just watch them. Are they empty? Are they carrying stories you've created? Let them float by one without holding on. Inhale, exhale. You are not your thoughts. You are the river, vast and flowing, untouched by the boats that pass. The Buddha taught, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Each time we react with anger, we hurt ourselves first. But each time we recognize an empty boat, we free ourselves from that pain. We reclaim our peace. Tonight, as you drift towards sleep, carry this lesson with you. When you feel irritation rising, pause and ask, is this an empty boat Let the answer guide you back to calm. Now let's deepen this relaxation. Feel your shoulders soften, your jaw loosen, your hands rest gently at your sides. With each breath, you're sinking deeper into the river of serenity. Inhale, exhale. The story of the empty boat is a reminder that peace is always within your reach. You don't need to control the river or stop the boats. You only need to see them clearly to let them pass without clinging to their stories. As we close this chapter, imagine Arjun back in his boat, rowing gently under the stars. His heart is light, his mind clear. He knows now that the river will always carry empty boats, but they no longer steal his peace. You too can carry this wisdom. Let it settle into your being as you prepare for the next chapter of the journey of serenity. For now, rest in this moment. Inhale, exhale. You are safe, you are calm, you are drifting toward a deeper, more peaceful state of mind. Chapter 2. The Strawberry on the Cliff. Welcome to the second chapter of the Journey of Serenity, where we climb a rugged mountain path alongside a monk, whose journey reveals a timeless truth about finding peace in the present moment. As you settle into this moment, let your body rest fully against the bed. Feel the weight of your limbs sinking into the mattress, your head cradled by the pillow. Take a deep breath with me now. Inhale. Feel the air fill your chest. And exhale. Let any tension melt away. You're here, ready to step into this story, ready to discover a wisdom that has guided countless souls to tranquility. Picture a quiet monastery, nestled deep in a forest, surrounded by towering mountains. The air is crisp, scented with pine and earth. In this sacred place lives a monk named Tenzin, a man who has devoted his life to the teachings of the Buddha. Each morning, Tenzin rises before dawn, his breath visible in the cool air as he sweeps the stone paths of the monastery. His days are filled with meditation, study, and simple tasks, but his favorite ritual is his afternoon walk through the forest. These walks are his time to connect with the world around him, the rustling leaves, the distant call of a bird, the soft crunch of pine needles beneath his sandals. Each step is a meditation, each breath a reminder to stay present. On one such afternoon, Tenzin sets out along a narrow mountain path. The trail winds upward, flanked by wildflowers and jagged rocks. The sun filters through the canopy, casting dappled light on the ground. Tenzin walks slowly, his robes swaying gently, his mind quiet and open. He notices the texture of the earth beneath his feet, the warmth of the sun on his face, the rhythm of his breath. This is his practice, to be fully here, in this moment, free from the pull of yesterday or the weight of tomorrow. As he rounds a bend in the path, a sudden sound shatters the silence. A deep guttural roar echoes through the trees. Tenzin freezes, his heart pounding in his chest. He turns and sees a massive tiger emerging from the underbrush, its eyes locked on him, its muscles rippling with power. The tiger's roar reverberates, again shaking the air, and Tenzin's body surges with instinct. He runs. His sandals slap against the rocky path, his robes billowing behind him as he sprints down the trail. The tiger's heavy paws thud against the ground, gaining on him with terrifying speed. Tenzin's breath comes in sharp gasps, his mind racing with fear. There's no time to think, only to move. The path narrows, and Tenzin spots a cliff ahead. A thick vine dangles over the edge, swaying slightly in the breeze. Without hesitation, he grabs the vine and begins to climb down, his hands gripping the rough fibers, his feet scrambling for purchase against the rocky face of the cliff. The tiger above roars again, its claws scraping the edge as it paces back and forth. Tenzin's heart pounds, but he keeps moving, descending deeper, hoping to find safety below. Halfway down, he glances down and his stomach drops. At the bottom of the cliff, another tiger paces, its eyes glinting with hunger. It snarls, its teeth bared, waiting for him to fall. Tenzin is trapped. Above him, the first tiger growls, its shadow looming over the cliff's edge. Below him, the second tiger prowls, ready to pounce. His hands ache from gripping the vine, his arms tremble with effort. The situation seems hopeless. There's no way up, no way down. The vine creaks under his weight, and his breath catches as he realizes how precarious his position is. But then something catches his eye. Just within reach, growing Kunhuo system. The monk pauses, dangling between the two tigers, his heart heavy with the weight of his predicament. Yet in this moment of peril, his gaze falls upon a small wild strawberry plant growing from a crevice in the cliff. A single ripe strawberry, red and glistening, hangs within his reach. For a fleeting moment, Tenzin forgets the tigers, the vine, the fear. He reaches out, plucks the strawberry and places it in his mouth. The taste is exquisite, sweet, fresh and vibrant. He closes his eyes, savoring the flavor, and a smile spreads across his face. In that brief moment, nothing else exists. Not the tigers above or below, not the creaking vine, not the uncertainty of his fate. There is only the strawberry, the sweetness, the present. Let's pause here, take a deep breath with me. Inhale, feel your chest rise. Exhale, let your body soften. Imagine yourself in Tenzin's place, suspended between two dangers. What would your strawberry be? Perhaps it's the warmth of your blanket, the softness of your pillow, or the rhythm of your breath. The Buddha taught, do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. This is the heart of Tenzin's story. No matter the dangers around us, peace is available right now, in the simplest of moments. In Zen Buddhism, our minds are often caught between the tigers of the past and the future. The past roars with regrets, things we wish we'd done differently, words we wish we'd left unsaid. The future snarls with worries. What will tomorrow bring? What challenges await? Yet like Tenzin, we can choose to focus on the strawberry, the small, fleeting joys that exist in every moment. The Japanese call this ichigo ichi-e, one time, one meeting. Each moment is unique, unrepeatable, a gift to be savored. Think about your day. How often do you miss the strawberries because you're chasing the tigers? The laughter of a loved one, the taste of a warm drink, the feeling of your breath moving through you. These are all strawberries waiting to be noticed. Take another breath. Inhale. Exhale. Notice the air, cool as it enters, warm as it leaves. This is your strawberry, right now. Let it fill you with peace. Tenzin's story reminds us that our minds are conditioned to scan for threats. This instinct kept our ancestors alive, but it often pulls us away from the present. Zen practice teaches us to gently guide our attention back to this moment. The tigers may always be there, but they don't have to define us. We can choose to taste the strawberry, to find joy in the now. Let's practice this together. Feel your body resting against the bed. Notice the weight of your arms, your legs, your head. Inhale, exhale. Imagine you're holding a strawberry in your hand. It's small, vibrant, perfect. Take a moment to savor it in your mind. What does it taste like? What does it feel like? Let this moment be enough. The Buddha said, the secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, worry about the future or anticipate troubles, but to live in the present moment wisely and earnestly. As you lie here, let your thoughts drift like clouds. If a worry arises, don't fight it, just notice it, name it. An empty boat, a passing tiger, and let it go. Inhale, exhale. Your breath is your anchor, your strawberry, your path to peace. Tenzin didn't deny the tigers, but he chose the strawberry. You can make that choice too. Let's deepen this calm. Feel your shoulders relax, your jaw soften, your hands rest gently. With each breath, sink deeper into the moment. Inhale, exhale. Picture yourself on that cliff, not in fear but in peace, tasting the sweetness of now. The tigers may roar, but they cannot touch this moment. This is your sanctuary, your serenity. As we close this chapter, carry Tenzin's wisdom with you. The next time you feel trapped between the tigers of past and future, look for the strawberry. It's there waiting for you, in the warmth of your bed, the rhythm of your breath, the quiet of this night. Inhale. Exhale. You are here. You are whole. You are at peace. Rest now as we prepare to turn the page to the next chapter of the Journey of Serenity. Chapter 3. The Two Arrows. Welcome to the third chapter of the Journey of Serenity, where we sit at the feet of the Buddha himself, listening to a teaching that unveils the difference between pain and suffering. As you settle into this moment, let your body rest deeply. Feel the softness of your pillow, the gentle weight of your blanket, the way your body sinks into the bed. Take a deep breath with me now. Inhale. Let the air fill your lungs. Exhale. Let every ounce of tension slip away. You're here, ready to open this page, ready to receive a wisdom that can lighten the burdens you carry. Imagine a peaceful forest clearing centuries ago, where the Buddha sits beneath a sprawling banyan tree. The air is warm, filled with the scent of earth and blooming flowers. His disciples are gathered around him, their robes a patchwork of saffron and ochre, their faces turned toward him with quiet reverence. The leaves rustle softly in the breeze, and the distant song of birds weaves through the silence. This is a place of learning, a place where questions are met with compassion and truths are revealed with clarity. Among the disciples is a young man named Ananda, whose heart is heavy with questions. Ananda has seen suffering in the world, sickness, loss, conflict, and it weighs on him like a stone. He watches the Buddha, whose calm presence seems untouched by the chaos of life, and wonders how such peace is possible. On this particular morning, as the sun rises and casts golden light through the trees, Ananda rises, bows deeply, and steps forward. His voice is earnest, trembling slightly with the weight of his question. "Master," he says, "why is life so full of suffering? Pain follows us like a shadow no matter where we go. How can we find peace amidst it all?" The Buddha looks at Ananda with eyes full of kindness, his face serene yet deeply attentive. He sees the young man's struggle, the way his heart aches for understanding. The Buddha pauses, letting the question settle, then speaks in a voice that is both gentle and firm, like a river flowing over smooth stones. "Ananda," he says, "let me tell you a story that will help you see the nature of suffering. Imagine a person walking through a forest, and suddenly an arrow strikes them in the arm. The pain is sharp, immediate, undeniable. This is the first arrow, the pain that comes with being human. It is the illness of the body, the loss of a loved one, the hardships we all face." The disciples nod, their eyes fixed on the Buddha. They understand this first arrow. They've felt it in their own lives. The aches of the body, the grief of loss, the sting of disappointment. Ananda listens closely, his hands clasped tightly, waiting for the answer to his question. The Buddha continues, his voice steady and clear. "Now imagine that after being struck by this first arrow, the person does something else. Overwhelmed by pain, they become angry, cursing the forest, blaming the archer they cannot see. They worry that the wound will never heal, that they'll never walk again, that their life is ruined. They cry out, 'Why me? Why now?' In their anguish, they pick up a second arrow and drive it into the same wound. This second arrow is not shot by an enemy. It is shot by their own mind. It is the anger, the fear, the resentment, the despair they add to the pain. This second arrow is suffering, and it is optional." Ananda's eyes widen slightly, a flicker of understanding crossing his face. The Buddha pauses, letting the words sink in, then leans forward slightly. You see, Ananda, the first arrow is inevitable. To live is to encounter pain, sickness, loss, failure. These are part of the human experience. But the second arrow, the suffering we create with our thoughts, our resistance, our stories, this we can choose to avoid. Pain is what happens to us. Suffering is what we do with it. The disciples sit in silence, absorbing the teaching. A soft breeze stirs the leaves above, and the Buddha's words seem to linger in the air. Ananda speaks again, his voice softer now, almost a whisper. Master, how do we avoid the second arrow? How do we stop our minds from adding to our pain? The Buddha smiles, a gentle curve of his lips that radiates warmth. Through mindfulness, Ananda, when pain arises, do not fight it. Do not cling to it or push it away. Observe it with kindness as you would watch a cloud passing in the sky. Notice the thoughts that arise, the anger, the fear, the why me, and let them pass without holding on. Acknowledge the first arrow, but do not pick up the second. In this way you find peace even in the midst of pain. Let's pause here for a moment. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale. Feel your chest expand. Exhale. Let your shoulders soften. Picture yourself in that forest clearing, sitting among the disciples, listening to the Buddha's words. Can you feel the truth in them? Think of a moment in your life when you felt pain, a headache, a heartbreak, a disappointment. The first arrow struck, as it does for us all. But what about the second arrow? Did you add to the pain with worry, anger, or self-blame? Did you tell yourself, this shouldn't be happening or I'll never get through this? These are the second arrows we shoot at ourselves. The Buddha taught, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. This simple yet profound truth is the heart of this chapter. In Zen Buddhism, we learn that our suffering often comes from three habits of the mind. First, aversion, the instinct to push away pain, to resist it, to deny its presence. When we resist, we create tension, like tightening a knot that was already tight. Second, identification, the way we merge with our pain, thinking, I am this pain, instead of seeing it as a passing experience. Third, proliferation, the mind's tendency to spin stories, to turn a single moment of discomfort into a cascade of worries and regrets. Let's try something now. Close your eyes, if they're not already closed. Feel your body resting against the bed, the gentle pressure of the mattress beneath you. Notice your breath. Inhale, exhale. Is there a sensation in your body right now? Perhaps a tightness in your shoulders, a restlessness in your mind, or a quiet ache somewhere deep. This is the first arrow, natural, human, unavoidable. But watch what your mind does next. Does it say, I shouldn't feel this way? Does it spin a story about why this discomfort is unfair, or how it might worsen? These are the second arrows. Notice them. Name them. This is a thought. This is a story. And let them pass. Inhale, exhale. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness watching them. The Buddha said, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. Every time we react to pain with resistance or fear, we create suffering. Every time we meet pain with mindfulness, we create space for healing. Think of a moment today when you felt frustrated or hurt. Maybe it was a sharp word from someone, a task that went wrong, or a worry that kept you awake. The first arrow was the event itself, the words, the mistake, the uncertainty. The second arrows were the thoughts that followed. They meant, to hurt me. I'm a failure. Well, what if things get worse? Can you see these arrows now? Can you let them go? Let's practice this together. Imagine you're holding the second arrow in your hand. It's light, almost weightless, because it's made of thoughts, not reality. Inhale, exhale, and set the arrow down. You don't need to shoot it. You don't need to carry it. feel. Your body relax as you release it. Your breath is your guide, your anchor. Inhale, exhale. Each breath is a chance to return to the present, to choose peace over suffering. In Zen, we learn to meet pain with curiosity and compassion. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we ask, "What is this pain teaching me?" Instead of fighting the first arrow, we observe it. We feel the sensation. We notice the emotion, and we let it be. Zen teacher Charlotte Joko Beck said, "Pain is not something to be avoided. It's something to be experienced without resistance." This is the path to freedom, not escaping pain, but changing our relationship to it. Let's deepen this practice. Feel your body now, fully supported by the bed. Notice any areas of tension, your neck, your back, your hands. Inhale, exhale. Send kindness to those places. Say to yourself, "This is the first arrow. I see you, and I let you be." If thoughts arise, worries about tomorrow, regrets about yesterday, notice them as second arrows. You don't need to fight them or believe them. Just watch them drift by like leaves on a stream. Inhale, exhale. You are here, in this moment, whole and at peace. The Buddha taught, if you are facing in the right direction, all you need to do is keep walking. The right direction is toward your pain, not away from it. By meeting it with mindfulness, you strip away the second arrows, layer by layer, until only the first remains. And the first arrow, when met with awareness, loses its power to define you. You are not the pain. You are the one who sees it, who breathes through it, who finds peace within it. As you lie here, let this teaching settle into your heart. Picture yourself back in that forest clearing, sitting with Ananda and the other disciples. The Buddha's voice is still in the air, his words a gentle reminder. Pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Feel your breath moving through you. Inhale, exhale. Each breath is a step on the path, a choice to let go of the second arrow, to embrace the present moment. Let's reflect one more time. Think of a challenge you're facing, a physical discomfort, an emotional wound, a mental restlessness. Can you name the first arrow? Can you see the second arrows your mind has added? Inhale, exhale. Imagine setting those second arrows down, one by one. You don't need to carry them. You don't need to let them pierce you. Your breath is enough. Your presence is enough. You are enough. As we close this chapter, carry the Buddha's wisdom with you. The next time pain arises, pause. Notice the first arrow and choose not to pick up the second. Let mindfulness be your guide, your shield, your path to peace. Feel your body now, heavy and relaxed, sinking deeper into the bed. Inhale, exhale. You are safe, you are calm, you are ready to rest. The pages of the Journey of Serenity will turn again soon, but for now let this moment hold you. Let it carry you toward a deeper, more peaceful state of mind. Chapter 4. The Mustard Seed. Welcome to the 4th chapter of the Journey of Serenity, where we walk alongside a grieving mother whose journey through a village reveals a universal truth about loss and acceptance. As you settle into this moment, let your body rest deeply against the bed. Feel the softness of your pillow cradling your head, the gentle weight of your blanket grounding you. Take a deep breath with me now. Inhale, let the air fill your chest. Exhale. Let every trace of tension slip away. You're here, ready to turn this page, ready to receive a wisdom that can soften the heart's heaviest burdens. Picture a bustling village in ancient India, where the streets are alive with the sounds of merchants calling, children laughing, and oxen pulling carts through dusty paths. The air carries the scent of spices and wood smoke, and the sun hangs low, casting long shadows across the earth. In this village lives a young woman named Kisa Gotami, known for her kind heart and gentle spirit. Kisa is a devoted mother to her only son, a bright-eyed boy who fills her days with joy. His laughter is her light, his small hand in hers her greatest treasure. But one day tragedy strikes. Her son falls ill, his tiny body growing weaker with each passing hour. Despite her desperate prayers and tireless care, he slips away, leaving Kisa with an unbearable void in her heart. Kisa cannot accept this loss. Her grief is a storm, wild and consuming. She cradles her son's lifeless body in her arms, refusing to let go, believing there must be a way to bring him back. She wanders from house to house, her voice trembling as she pleads with neighbors, "Please, do you know of a medicine to restore my son? He cannot be gone. There must be something. Someone who can help." The villagers look at her with pity, their eyes soft with sorrow. "Kisa," they say gently, "there is nothing we can do. Death has taken him." But Kisa shakes her head, her heart unwilling to hear their words. She moves on, knocking on door after door, her arms aching under the weight of her son, her mind clinging to hope. At the edge of the village, an elder takes her hand and speaks with quiet compassion. "Kisa, go to the Buddha. He is wise and kind. If anyone can help, it is he." A spark of hope flickers in Kisa's heart, and she hurries to the grove where the Buddha sits beneath a Bodhi tree, surrounded by his disciples. The air is still, the leaves whispering softly in the breeze. Kisa falls to her knees before him, her son's body in her arms, her voice breaking. "Master, please, bring my child back to life. I cannot bear this pain. I beg you." The Buddha looks at Kisa with eyes full of compassion, seeing the depth of her suffering. He speaks softly, his voice like a gentle stream. "Kisa, I can help you, but first you must do something for me. Go into the village and bring me a mustard seed." Kisa's heart leaps, a fragile hope rising within her. "Yes, Master, I will find a mustard seed," she says, her voice trembling with relief. But the Buddha raises a hand and adds, "The seed must come from a household that has never known death. If you find such a seed, I will bring your son back to life." Kisa nods eagerly, her determination renewed. She rises, still holding her son, and returns to the village. She knocks on the first door, where a kind woman answers. "Please," Kisa says, "can you give me a mustard seed? But it must come from a home untouched by death." The woman's eyes fill with sadness. "I'm sorry, Kisa," she says. "My husband passed away last year. We have known death." Kisa thanks her and moves to the next house. There, a man answers, his face lined with grief. "I lost my mother long ago," he says. "I cannot give you the seed you seek." House after house, Kisa asks the same question, and house after house she hears stories of loss, a child, a sibling, a parent, a friend. The weight of her son in her arms grows heavier, but something else begins to shift within her. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting the village in twilight, Kisa realizes a truth she hadn't seen before. Death is not hers alone to bear. Every home, every family has been touched by it. She is not alone in her grief. With this understanding, Kisa returns to the Buddha, her hands empty but her heart lighter. She kneels before him and speaks, her voice steady now. "Master, I could not find a single house untouched by death. Every family has lost someone dear. I understand now that death is part of life." The Buddha nods, his eyes warm with understanding. "Kisa," he says, "you have seen the truth. Death is inevitable, and suffering comes from clinging to what cannot last. By accepting the impermanence of life, you find peace. Your grief is not yours alone, it is shared by all beings. This is the nature of existence." With these words, Kisa feels a quiet release. She lays her son's body to rest with dignity, her heart still tender but no longer consumed by denial. She has found a peace she didn't know was possible. Let's pause here. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale. Feel the air fill your lungs. Exhale. Let your body soften. Kisa's story is a mirror for us all. We too cling to what we love, fearing its loss, resisting the truth that everything changes. The Buddha taught, everything that has a beginning has an ending. Make your peace with that, and all will be well. This is the heart of the mustard. Seed's lesson, acceptance of impermanence brings freedom. In Zen Buddhism, our suffering often stems from craving permanence. We want our joys to last forever, our loved ones to stay with us always. When loss comes, we fight it, as Kisa did, believing we can hold back the tide. But this resistance only deepens our pain. The Buddha didn't lecture Kisa on impermanence. He let her discover it through experience, walking door to door, hearing the shared stories of loss. This is the fellowship of suffering, the understanding that we are all connected by our human experience. Think of a loss in your own life, a person, a dream, a moment you wish could last. Can you feel the first arrow of pain, the natural grief that comes with being human? Can you see the second arrows you may have added, denial, anger, or the belief that you're alone in your sorrow? Inhale, exhale. Imagine setting those second arrows down. You don't need to fight the pain, you don't need to cling to what was. Like Kisa, you can find peace by seeing that loss is universal, that it binds us to others rather than isolates us. Let's practice this now. Feel your body resting against the bed, fully supported, fully at ease. Notice your breaths, inhale, exhale. Picture yourself standing at Kisa's side, walking through the village. Each door you knock on is a reminder that you are not alone. Your grief, your challenges are part of the great tapestry of life. Inhale, exhale, and let this truth soften your heart. You are connected to every being who has ever loved, ever lost, ever hoped. The Buddha said, the root of suffering is attachment. Kisa's attachment to her son was love, but it was also a clinging that blinded her to reality. Her journey taught her to love without grasping, to honor what was without denying what is. Can you do the same? Can you hold your losses with tenderness, knowing they are part of the human journey? Inhale, exhale. Feel the freedom in this acceptance, the peace that comes from letting go. Let's deepen this calm. Notice any tension in your body, your shoulders, your chest, your hands. Inhale, exhale. Send kindness to those places as you would comfort a friend. Say to yourself, this pain is human. I am not alone. If thoughts of loss or fear arise, see them as passing clouds. You don't need to hold them. You don't need to fight them. Just watch them drift by. Inhale, exhale. Your breath is your anchor, your path to peace. As you lie here, let Kisa's story settle into your heart. The next time you feel the full weight of loss, remember the mustard seed. Remember that you are not alone, that impermanence is the rhythm of life. Feel your body now, heavy and relaxed, sinking deeper into the bed. Inhale, exhale. You are safe, you are whole, you are at peace. The pages of the Journey of Serenity will turn again soon, but for now rest in this moment, carried by the wisdom of acceptance. Chapter 5. The Hunter and the Deer. Welcome to the 5th chapter of the Journey of Serenity, where we follow a hunter through a forest and discover a lesson about compassion that transforms the heart. As you lie here, let your body melt into the bed. Feel the gentle support beneath you, the softness of your pillow, the calm that comes with each breath. Take a deep breath with me now. Inhale. Let the air fill your lungs. Exhale. Let every worry slip away. You're here, ready to open this page, ready to receive a wisdom that can soften even the hardest edges of your heart. Imagine a dense forest, where sunlight filters through tall trees, casting golden patches on the mossy ground. The air is cool, filled with the scent of pine and damp earth. In this forest lives a hunter named Ravi, a man known for his skill with a bow. Ravi has spent years tracking game, his eyes sharp, his movements silent. He prides himself on his precision, his ability to provide for his village. But deep down, Ravi feels an emptiness he cannot name, a restlessness that follows him even after a successful hunt. One morning, Ravi sets out in pursuit of a rare deer, its antlers said to gleam like silver in the sunlight. He moves through the forest with purpose, his bow slung over his shoulder, his steps light on the forest floor. Hours pass as he follows faint tracks, a broken twig here, a hoofprint there. The forest is alive around him, birds singing, leaves rustling, but Ravi's focus is singular. He wants this deer not just for its value, but for the pride it will bring, the proof of his skill. At last he spots it, a majestic deer standing in a clearing, its coat dappled with light. Its antlers catch the sun, shimmering like a crown. Ravi's heart quickens. He crouches low, draws his bow, and takes aim. The world narrows to this moment, the deer, the arrow, the steady pull of his breath. But as he prepares to release, the deer turns its head and looks directly at him. Its eyes are deep dark pools, holding a strange mix of fear and calm. For a moment Ravi is frozen, caught in that gaze. He sees not just an animal, but a living being, its heart beating as his does, its life as fragile as his own. His fingers tremble on the bowstring. The pride he sought feels hollow now, replaced by a sudden awareness of the life before him. Slowly, Ravi lowers his bow. The deer stands still for a moment, then bounds away, disappearing into the forest. Ravi sits back on the ground, his breath uneven, his heart pounding not with adrenaline but with something new, compassion. He realizes that taking the deer's life would not fill the emptiness within him. Instead, letting it go has brought him a peace he hadn't known he was seeking. Let's pause here. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale. Feel your chest rise. Exhale. Let your body soften. Ravi's story is a mirror for us all. How often do we chase goals, success, recognition, control, believing they'll bring us happiness? How often do we overlook the lives around us, human or otherwise, in our pursuit? The Buddha taught, hatred ceases by love, not by hatred. This is the eternal law. Compassion is the key that unlocks peace, not just for others, but for ourselves, in thee. Zen Buddhism, compassion arises when we see the interconnectedness of all beings. Ravi saw himself in the deer's eyes, recognized its life as sacred as his own. This is the practice of metta, loving kindness. It begins with ourselves, extends to those we love, and reaches even those we find difficult. Can you think of a moment when you acted without compassion, perhaps out of anger or ambition? Can you see the cost, not just to others, but to your own peace? Inhale, exhale. Imagine offering kindness to that moment, to yourself, to those involved. Let's practice this now. Feel your body resting against the bed, fully supported. Notice your breath. Inhale, exhale. Picture someone or something you've struggled to feel compassion for, a person who hurt you, a situation that frustrated you, or even yourself in a moment of failure. Say silently, may you be at peace. May I be at peace. Inhale, exhale. Feel the warmth of this wish spreading through your heart. Compassion is not weakness. It is strength, a gift you give to yourself and the world. The Buddha said, radiate boundless love towards the entire world, above, below, and across, unhindered, without ill will, without enmity. Ravi's moment of compassion freed him, from the cycle of chasing and grasping. It showed him that true fulfillment comes not from conquest but from connection. Can you offer this to yourself now? Can you let go of the need to win, to prove, to control? Inhale, exhale. Let compassion be your guide. Let's deepen this practice. Notice any tension in your body, your jaw, your hands, your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Send kindness to those places like a warm light. Say to yourself, I am enough. I am worthy of peace. If thoughts of judgment or conflict arise, see them as passing clouds. You don't need to hold them. Just watch them drift. By inhale, exhale. Your breath is your anchor, your path to compassion. As you lie here, let Ravi's story settle into your being. The next time you feel the urge to judge or control, remember the deer's eyes. Remember that compassion is a choice, a way to free. Your heart. Feel your body now. Heavy and relaxed, sinking deeper into the bed. Inhale. Exhale. You are safe. You are kind. You are at peace. The pages of the Journey of Serenity will turn again soon. But for now, rest in this moment, carried by the wisdom of compassion. Chapter 6. The Overflowing Cup. Welcome to the 6th chapter of the Journey of Serenity, where we sit with a scholar and a Zen master to learn the power of an open mind. As you lie here, let your body sink into the bed, your shoulders softening, your hands resting gently. Take a deep breath with me now. Inhale. Feel the air fill your chest. Exhale. Let every thought drift away like a leaf on a stream. You're here, ready to open this page, ready to receive a wisdom that can clear the clutter of your mind. Imagine a small Zen temple perched on a hillside, surrounded by cherry blossoms in full bloom. The air is sweet with their fragrance, and the wooden steps leading to the temple creak softly underfoot. Inside, a scholar named Vikram arrives, his arms laden with scrolls, his mind brimming with knowledge. Vikram has studied philosophy, poetry, and scriptures for years, and he prides himself on his intellect. He has come to meet the Zen master, hoping to deepen his understanding, but also to prove his own wisdom. The master, an old woman with a gentle smile and piercing eyes, welcomes Vikram into the temple. They sit on woven mats, a low table between them holding a simple teapot and 2 cups. Vikram begins to speak, his words flowing like a river. He talks of the sutras he's read, the debates he's won, the ideas he's mastered. He quotes ancient texts, explains complex theories, and asks the master questions to test her insight. The master listens quietly, her face calm, her hands folded in her lap. After a time, she raises a hand and says, "Let us have tea." She picks up the teapot and begins to pour tea into Vikram's cup. The tea fills the cup, but she keeps pouring. The liquid spills over the rim, pooling on the table, dripping to the floor. Vikram jumps up, startled. "Master, stop, the cup is full, it can't hold any more." The master sets the teapot down and looks at him, her eyes twinkling. "Your mind is like this cup, Vikram. It is so full of ideas, opinions, and knowledge that there is no room for anything new. To learn, you must first empty your cup." Vikram sits back, stunned. For the first time, he sees the weight of his own pride, the way his need to know has closed his mind. He bows his head, and in that moment, he begins to let go, not of his knowledge, but of his attachment to it. The master smiles and pours fresh tea into a new cup, this time stopping at the brim. "Now," she says, "we can begin. Let's pause here. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale. Feel your chest expand. Exhale. Let your body soften." Vikram's story is a mirror for us all. How often do we fill our minds with ideas, judgments, and expectations, leaving no space for new understanding? The Buddha taught, "Let go of what you think you know and see things as they are." This is the heart of the overflowing cups. Lesson: an open mind is the gateway to wisdom. In Zen practice, we learn to empty our cup by letting go of preconceptions. Our minds are often crowded with assumptions about ourselves, others, the world. We think we know how things should be, who we are, what's right or wrong. But these thoughts can become barriers keeping us from seeing clearly. Can you think of a moment when you held tightly to an idea or belief, only to find it limited you? Inhale. Exhale. Imagine setting that idea down, letting your mind become an empty cup, ready to receive. Let's practice this now. Feel your body resting against the bed, fully supported. Notice your breath. Inhale, exhale. Picture your mind as a cup filled with thoughts, plans, worries, judgments. Now imagine gently pouring them out, one by one. You don't need to cling to them. You don't need to define yourself by them. Inhale, exhale. Feel the spaciousness of an empty mind, open to the present moment. The Buddha said, "In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few." This is the Zen concept of Shoshin, beginner's mind. It's the willingness to see each moment as fresh, unburdened by what we think we know. Can you approach this moment with beginner's mind? Can you let go of the need to be right, to know, to control? Inhale, exhale. Let your mind be soft, open, like an empty cup waiting to be filled with wisdom. Let's deepen this practice. Notice any thoughts arising now, plans for tomorrow, memories of today, or judgments about yourself. Inhale, exhale. See them as water in the cup and gently pour them out. You don't need to hold them. Just watch them flow away. Your breath is your guide, your path to clarity. Inhale, exhale. Your mind is spacious, your heart at ease. As you lie here, let Vikram's story settle into your being. The next time you feel the need to defend an idea or prove yourself, remember the overflowing cup. Remember that true wisdom comes from emptiness, from openness. Feel your body now, heavy and relaxed, sinking deeper into the bed. Inhale, exhale. You are safe, you are open, you are at peace. The pages of the Journey of Serenity will turn again soon, but for now, rest in this moment, carried by the wisdom of an empty mind. Chapter 7. The Bamboo in the Wind. Welcome to the 7th chapter of the Journey of Serenity, where we stand among swaying bamboo and learn the strength of flexibility. As you lie here, let your body melt into the bed, your shoulders softening, your hands resting gently. Take a deep breath with me now. Inhale. Feel the air fill your lungs. Exhale. Let every trace of tension drift away. You're here, ready to open this page, ready to receive a wisdom that can help you bend without breaking. Imagine a grove of bamboo on a mountainside, their slender stalks reaching toward the sky. The air is cool, carrying the faint rustle of leaves and the distant hum of a stream. In this grove, a young monk named Lamo seeks guidance from his teacher, a Zen master known for his quiet strength. Lamo is earnest but restless, his mind often rigid with ideas about how things should be. He wants to be strong, unshakable, like the great oak trees he's seen in other forests. But the master has a different lesson in mind. One day a storm sweeps over the mountain, dark clouds gather and the wind howls, bending the bamboo and shaking the earth. Lamo watches from the temple, expecting the slender stalks to snap under the force. But the bamboo bends, swaying gracefully with each gust, its roots firm in the ground. When the storm passes, the bamboo stands tall again, unharmed. Nearby, a mighty oak lies broken, its rigid trunk splintered by the wind's power. Lamo turns to his master, puzzled. "Teacher," he says, "why did the bamboo survive when the oak fell? I thought strength meant standing firm, unyielding. The master smiles and leads Lamo to the grove. He places a hand on a bamboo stalk, feeling its gentle sway. Lamo, he says, the bamboo's strength is in its flexibility. It bends with the wind, not against it. It yields without breaking, adapts without losing its roots. Your mind must be like this, soft, open, resilient. When you cling to rigidity, you break. When you bend, you endure. Lamo listens, his heart stirring. He begins to see his own rigidity, his need to control outcomes, to hold tightly to his plans and beliefs. He realizes that true strength lies not in resisting life's storms, but in moving with them. The master nods, seeing the understanding in Lamo's eyes. Life is like the wind, he says. It will blow sometimes fiercely. Be like the bamboo, and you will find peace. Let's pause here. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale. Feel. Your chest rise, exhale, let your body soften. Lamo's story is a mirror for us all. How often do we hold tightly to our plans, our expectations, our need to be right? How often do we resist life's changes, only to feel the strain of that resistance? The Buddha taught, nothing is permanent except change. Flexibility is the path to peace, the ability to bend without breaking. In Zen practice, we cultivate flexibility by letting go of attachment to outcomes. When we cling to how things should be, we set ourselves up for suffering. Can you think of a moment when you resisted change, a shift in plans, a loss of control, a new reality? Inhale, exhale. Imagine that moment now, and picture yourself as the bamboo bending gently with the wind. You don't need to fight the storm. You can move with it, rooted in your inner calm. Let's practice this now. Feel your body resting against the bed, fully supported. Notice your breath. Inhale, exhale. Picture a storm in your life, a challenge, a conflict, a change. See yourself as the bamboo, swaying but not breaking. Your roots are your awareness, your breath, your presence. Inhale, exhale, let the wind blow, let the storm pass. You are resilient, you are whole. The Buddha said, better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. Flexibility is that word, that practice. It's the willingness to let go of rigidity, to trust that you can adapt, that you can endure. Can you soften your grip on control now? Can you let life flow like the wind through the bamboo? Inhale, exhale. Feel the freedom in this surrender, the strength in this softness. Let's deepen this practice. Notice any tension in your body, your shoulders, your jaw, your heart. Inhale, exhale. Imagine that tension as a rigid oak and let it soften into bamboo, bending gently with your breath. If thoughts of resistance arise, plans you're clinging to, outcomes you're fearing, see them as gusts of wind. You don't need to fight them, just let them pass. Inhale, exhale. Your breath is your strength, your path to peace. As you lie here, let Lamo's story settle into your being. The next time you face a storm, remember the bamboo. Remember that flexibility is your strength, that yielding is your power. Feel your body now, heavy and relaxed, sinking deeper into the bed. Inhale, exhale. You are safe. You are resilient. You are at peace. The pages of the Journey of Serenity will turn again soon, but for now rest in this moment, carried by the wisdom of flexibility. Chapter 8. The Cloud and the River. Welcome to the 8th chapter of the Journey of Serenity, where we float with a cloud above a river and discover the truth of our interconnectedness. As you lie here, let your body sink into the bed, your shoulders softening, your hands resting gently. Take a deep breath with me now. Inhale. Feel the air fill your chest. Exhale. Let every thought drift away like a cloud in the sky. You're here, ready to open this page, ready to receive a wisdom that can dissolve the illusion of separation. Imagine a vast open sky where a single white cloud drifts lazily above a winding river. The river sparkles under the sun, its waters flowing steadily through valleys and plains. The cloud high above looks down and sees the river as something separate, something other. It feels proud of its freedom, its ability to float above the earth unbound by the river's path. I am the cloud, it thinks, and you are the river. We are different, apart. But as the day warms, the cloud begins to change. It grows, heavy, its edges softening, and soon raindrops fall, tumbling from the sky to join the river below. The cloud realizes with a quiet wonder that it is no longer just a cloud. It is part of the river now, its water mingling with the current, flowing toward the sea. A Zen master sits by the riverbank, watching this dance of cloud and water. He smiles and says, "The cloud and the river are not two, they are one. All things are connected, inseparable, part of the same great flow." The cloud, now part of the river, feels a deep peace. It sees that it was never truly separate, not from the river, the sky, the earth, or the sea. It was always part of a greater whole, always flowing, always changing. The master speaks again, his voice soft but clear. When you see yourself as separate, you suffer. When you see yourself as one with all things, you find peace. Let's pause here. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale. Feel your chest rise and exhale. Let your body soften. The cloud story is a mirror for us all. How often do we see ourselves as separate from others, from nature, from the world? How often do we feel alone, isolated, as if our struggles are ours alone? The Buddha taught, all things appear and disappear because of the concurrence of causes and conditions. Nothing exists alone. This is the heart of the cloud and the river's lesson. We are all connected, part of the same great flow. In Zen practice, we cultivate awareness of our interconnectedness. We see that our thoughts, our actions, our very breath are part of a larger whole. Can you think of a moment when you felt separate, cut off from others, alone in your pain or joy? Inhale, exhale. Imagine that moment now and picture yourself as the cloud joining the river. You are not alone. You are part of the great flow of life, connected to every being, every breath, every moment. Let's practice this now. Feel your body resting against the bed, fully supported. Notice your breath. Inhale, exhale. Picture yourself as a cloud, floating in the sky. Now imagine rain falling, joining the river below. Feel yourself becoming one with the river, flowing effortlessly, connected to all things. Inhale, exhale. You are not separate. You are part of the whole, part of the peace. The Buddha said, when you realize how perfect everything is, you will tilt your head back and laugh at the sky. This is the joy of seeing our interconnectedness, of letting go of the illusion of separation. Can you feel this now? Can you sense your connection to the world around you, the air you breathe, the bed you rest on, the hearts beating far and near? Inhale, exhale. Let this truth fill you with peace. Let's deepen this practice. Notice any thoughts of separation, feelings of loneliness, judgment, or disconnection. Inhale, exhale. See them as clouds drifting in the sky. You don't need to hold them. Just let them dissolve, joining the river of life. Your breath is your connection, your path to unity. Inhale, exhale. You are whole. You are one with all things. As you lie here, let the cloud story settle into your being. The next time you feel alone or apart, remember the river. Remember that you are part of the great flow, inseparable from the world. Feel your body now, heavy and relaxed, sinking deeper into the bed. Inhale, exhale. You are safe. You are connected. You are at peace. The pages of the Journey of Serenity will Turn again soon, but for now rest in this moment, carried by the wisdom of unity. Chapter 9. The Full Moon's Light. Welcome to the 9th and final chapter of the Journey of Serenity, where we gaze at the full moon and discover the light of awakening within us. As you lie here, let your body sink deeply into the bed, your shoulders softening, your hands resting gently. Take a deep breath with me now. Inhale, feel the air fill your chest. Exhale, let every thought drift away like a gentle breeze. You're here, ready to open this final page, ready to receive a wisdom that can illuminate your heart. Imagine a quiet night, the sky clear and vast, with a full moon shining brightly above a Zen temple. The moonlight bathes the world in a soft, silver glow, casting long shadows across the stone paths. A young monk named Sora sits outside, his eyes fixed on the moon. Sora has practiced diligently, meditating for hours, studying the sutras, seeking the elusive state of awakening. But tonight, his heart is restless. He feels far from the peace he seeks, as if enlightenment is a distant star he cannot reach. Sora's teacher, a Zen master with a gentle presence, joins him under the moonlight. Sensing his disciple's struggle, the master asks, "Sora, what do you see when you look at the moon?" Sora replies, "I see its beauty, its light, but it feels so far away. I want to reach enlightenment, but it feels just as distant." The master smiles and points to the sky. "Sora, the moon's light is always there, shining for all to see. But when clouds cover it, you think it's gone. Your mind is like those clouds, filled with thoughts, doubts, desires. Clear the clouds and the light of awakening will shine through." Sora listens, his heart stirring. He closes his eyes and breathes deeply, noticing the thoughts that cloud his mind. Doubts about his progress, fears of failure, longing for something more. The master speaks again, his voice soft but clear. Awakening is not something you find outside yourself. It is already within you, like the moon's light. Stop searching, stop striving, and simply be. Let the clouds part, and you will see. Sora breathes again, letting his thoughts drift like clouds across the sky. In that moment, he feels a quiet clarity, a glimpse of the light within. The moon hasn't changed. It was always there. His awakening too was always present, waiting to be uncovered. He smiles, his heart at peace, bathed in the full moon's light. Let's pause here. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale. Feel your chest rise. Exhale, let your body soften. Sora's story is a mirror for us all. How often do we search for peace, for happiness, for something beyond ourselves, believing it's out there, somewhere else? The Buddha taught, there is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Awakening is not a destination. It's here, in this moment, in you. In Zen practice, we clear the clouds of our mind through mindfulness and presence. We let go of the need to strive, to achieve, to become. Can you think of a moment when you felt far from peace, chasing something you thought would make you whole? Inhale. Exhale. Imagine that peace is already within you, like the moon's light behind the clouds. You don't need to search for it. You only need to be still. Let's practice this now. Feel your body resting against the bed, fully supported. Notice your breath. Inhale, exhale. Picture the full moon above you, its light steady and clear. See the thoughts in your mind as clouds, worries, doubts, desires. Don't fight them. Don't chase them. Just let them drift by, revealing the light within. Inhale, exhale. You are the light. You are the peace. The Buddha said, "The way is not in the sky. The way is in the heart. Awakening is not something to find, it's something to uncover. Can you rest in this truth now? Can you let go of striving and simply be? Inhale, exhale, feel the light of your own awareness shining quietly within you. Let's deepen this practice. Notice any thoughts arising now, restlessness, longing, or doubt. Inhale, exhale, see them as clouds passing gently across the sky. You don't need to hold them. Your breath is your anchor, your path to clarity. Inhale, exhale. You are whole, you are awake, you are at peace. As you lie here, let Sora's story settle into your being. The next time you feel restless or far from peace, remember the full moon's light. Remember that awakening is already within you, waiting to be seen. Feel your body now, heavy and relaxed, sinking deeper into the bed. Inhale, exhale, you are safe, you are whole, you are the light. The pages of the Journey of Serenity are closing, but this moment remains, carrying you toward a deeper, more peaceful rest. The final page of the Journey of Serenity has turned, but the wisdom you've gathered remains, a quiet light within your heart. As you lie here, feel your body fully relaxed, your breath soft and steady. Inhale, exhale. Each story, each teaching is a seed planted in your mind, ready to bloom whenever you need it. The Buddha taught, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Carry this love, this peace, into your dreams and beyond. Rest now, safe in this moment, and let serenity guide you. Good night.